What's going on? I'm here with ONE FC featherweight Tan Lee. He's fighting for the interim featherweight title against Ilya Freymanov on October 7th at ONE Fight Night 15. So you were 5-0 with 5 knockouts to your name in ONE FC before your last fight when you dropped your first one inside the promotion. The decision lost. So coming back to fight for the interim title, where is your head at after you were on such a dominant run that kind of just came to an abrupt end?
Yeah, it honestly just feels like that last fight. It's not finished. We've got to finish it. So my job's to get past Ilya, which is a dangerous and a really exciting opponent to game plan for. And then if and when we get past him and put him down, we keep that 100% finish rate up high, and then we go and finish that fight from last August. He knows we ain't done. I know we ain't done. So round 6 going to start hopefully soon.
That's awesome. So I guess not to kind of harp on setbacks you've had in your career, but looking at your record, kind of stands out to me the Contender series. You won by a second round knockout and you didn't get the contract. I personally feel like you're kind of just a victim to when you went on the show. So I feel like these days, if you go on, you get a second round knockout, you're almost a shoe-in. So how did you recover from that, the second round KO and still not getting picked?
Yeah, man, it's honestly helped me. It's been a blessing in disguise. Obviously, I would have loved to gotten picked up at that time, and it seemed like that was the opportunity I was going for. So obviously, you want to be successful, but I did what was in my control as best as I could do it in a tough opponent. It's funny because all the weeks, I don't think any of the weeks from that season or any season past that has only signed one person per fight night. And I think that was the only one they signed O'Malley on that one. And obviously he's doing real well. So good choice on their part there. But it was a weird situation. I don't know if it was because I was a little older or whatever, but who knows? I know it's taught me a few lessons as far as controlling what I can control, letting everything else go, and really focusing on me, my family, the things I do really well. And then the decisions I can control, and then let everything else slide off, man. And the universe is going to give me what I deserve, and it's I'm going to fight for everything that I can get. And if it's supposed to come my way, it's going to come. And if not, then we let it slide off our backs and go for the next best opportunity option in life. I'm doing that with business. I'm doing that with career. I'm doing that with family decisions. Like nowhere near just fighting.
Yeah, I imagine going through a situation like that and then overcoming it to get to where you ended up going in ONE FC, that's got to zen you out quite a bit. You just have to realize literally everything in life. You know what? This is just meant to be, and I'll get to where I'm going.
It was a great life lesson, man. I pass that on to my kids, and they hear me preach about this stuff all the time. But that's a for real thing. Or anybody watching and listening, like, let that happen. Let those things happen. They're either there to make you stronger, and of course you're going to fight and claw your way for every opportunity possible. But if it's not meant to be, it doesn't happen. If it's meant to be, you will find a way to make it happen. And maybe that takes 10 years, maybe it takes 2 months, but it's it's very like Instagram quotey, but it's the truth, man. That's why those things are cliche, because they're real things. They're experiences that these great people before us have had, and it's good lessons to be passed on. But yeah, it sucks, man. Like, you're like, I wanted that thing, it didn't come my way. Shit, what am I gonna do? But look at me now. Like, I'm so happy to be a part of ONE, and to be a part of these events, and all the opportunities I've got with these guys. I wouldn't have had this opportunity if it wasn't for going to get that knockout and then not getting picked up. So I'm very, very grateful, man. Like, I cannot complain.
Yeah, so you talk about this opportunity in front of you, the interim featherweight title fight against Ilya. When you look at the styles, it's two guys who are pretty predominantly striking heavy. Is there any chance at all this one hits the ground, or are you just looking forward to a kickboxing match?
Sure, there's a chance, but I think we're going to bang it out. I think you're going to see us in the middle of that square in Lumpini Stadium, and somebody's getting put down. I say that a lot, and I've been right a lot of the times. The last fight was the only time that I've ever gone to decision, and that shit is not happening again.
Yeah, you are one of my favorite strikers in the entire sport. I personally became a fan
Thank
of
you.
yours after the Garry Tonon fight. But now I've got you here, I got to know, what is it like fighting a guy who has one weapon, like his jujitsu, that is really head and shoulders above the rest of his game, where you to the point where you probably are really only concerned about that one thing. If I get past this grappling, I'm gonna be okay, opposed to a lot of the other guys you fight who are more well-rounded mixed martial arts guys.
Yeah, I think the way you framed that question, it made it sound almost a little easier, but it's not, man. That's what these specialists do, right? Their entire game is meant to bring you and funnel you into what they're good at. That's almost more dangerous than a well-rounded strike or all-around fighter that doesn't have a specialty. This guy has spent all of his time getting any type of striker, mover, wrestler into his game, and he did a really good job. In the first minute, we were in one of his top three positions, man. And if he would have, wrote down on a piece of paper his top three positions, you would have said back, mount. Obviously, those would have been number one. But next to that would have been some type of outside leg entanglement, single leg X, that type of situation. And boom, we ended up in there after the first striking exchange. That was phenomenal on his part. The way he pulled me into that was great. Obviously, I've been working a lot of defense and offense from that position, and I know that's his strong suits. And we do a really good job of game planning. And my skills as a grappler have skyrocketed thanks to my team here at home and my team at 50-50 with Ryan Hall. So it's just been phenomenal work all around, and that's part of being a great martial artist. You don't see things like you see situations like Izzy's last fight where he runs into a pressure fighter that's not letting up on the gas and has a little bit of good defense, and he doesn't have a grappling answer to kind of fill that gap. Now, I'm not knocking Izzy at all. The dude's a phenomenal MMA fighter and a phenomenal striker, but he did get exposed, and that was my biggest fear from day one of being a striker and a Taekwondo kicker. Is like, man, I've got to shore up these holes because I don't want to run into a situation where I can just get victimized. And it could have happened in the Garry fight. And because I have really good grappling now, it's scary for people to just pull guard and be on bottom of me, as you can see. And that's something I really, really pride myself on.
Yeah, so when you mentioned the 50-50 team, you actually led me right into where I was going next. You're the striking coach there. I know you've worked wonders on their striking, but what has working with guys like Ryan Hall done to your grappling?
Man, I tell you what's funny and what's a little unheard of is he's skyrocketed my striking game as well, my martial arts game as a whole, because he's such a great thinker, such a great strategist, tactician, like all around mind of MMA. It's the best I've ever seen. But yeah, I mean, I went from having good, decent MMA style grappling to being a for real grappler. Like I would test my grappling skills with any grappler out there on the planet. And, I may not expect to win a one-on-one grappling rule set grappling match every single time or most times out of 10 or whatever. But in MMA and my grappling paired with my striking, paired with the way, how important it is to be on top and things like that, I just feel so confident. And that's all due to the work here I get at home and that entire team, is obviously that mind in Ryan Hall.
Yeah, that has got to be a room full of killers in there for sure. Well, Tan, thank you for your time today. Last thing, I got to ask, you're fighting against Ilya Freymanov for the interim featherweight belt, October 7th. How's it going to go down?
Man, I tell you what's not going to happen. Another decision. I bet my life on that. We're going to meet in the middle, and we're going to be banging it out. We're going to give the fans in Lumpini a couple of rounds, but I'm going to put them down in the third round.
Third round. You heard it here first. Thank you, Tan.
Thank you.